In the tranquil valley of Oakhaven, where the river whispered ancient secrets to the towering willows, lived two young farmers, Elara and Kael. Their plots of land lay side by side, watered by the same gentle rains and bathed in the same generous sun. Yet, their approaches to life, and indeed to farming, could not have been more different. Elara was a woman of quiet dedication. Each morning, before the sun had fully chased away the morning mist, she would be in her fields, her hands gently tending to the soil. She spoke to her plants, pulled weeds with painstaking care, and understood that true growth was a slow, deliberate process. Her grandmother had always told her, the earth rewards patience, child, and a loving touch. Kael, on the other hand, was a man of boundless ambition and clever schemes. He saw Elara's meticulous work as inefficient and slow. Why spend hours weeding when a strong chemical could do it in minutes? Why wait for nature when a new, high-yield seed promised instant bounty? Kael was always searching for a shortcut, a quicker path to prosperity. He dreamed of the grandest harvest, not for the joy of it, but for the recognition and wealth it would bring. One year, a severe drought descended upon Oakhaven. The river dwindled to a trickle, and the sun beat down with relentless fury. Despair began to creep into the hearts of the villagers. Kael, true to form, panicked. He dug furiously at the riverbank, attempting to divert what little water remained solely to his land, ignoring the pleas of his neighbors. He bought expensive, concentrated fertilizers, hoping to force his crops to grow despite the lack of water. His fields, initially, seemed to respond, a vibrant, unnatural green amidst the wilting landscape. He scoffed at Elara, who continued her gentle, patient watering with collected dew and carefully rationed bucketfuls from a shared well, always ensuring her neighbors had their share too. She also began to mulch her plants deeply, protecting the soil from evaporation. As the weeks turned into months, Kael's initial success began to falter. The harsh chemicals had poisoned his soil, and his forced growth had weakened his plants. They now stood brittle and yellow, cracking under the intense heat. The water he had diverted had barely helped, quickly evaporating from his exposed soil. His grand scheme had backfired spectacularly. Elara's fields, though not as lush as Kael's had initially appeared, displayed a remarkable resilience. Her deep-rooted plants, nourished by her patient care and protected by the mulch, clung to life. Her tomatoes were smaller, her corn stalks not as tall, but they were healthy, robust, and alive. And her kindness had not gone unnoticed. When she finally harvested her modest but healthy crops, her grateful neighbors helped her, sharing their own meager resources and lending their strength. When the annual harvest festival arrived, the air in Oakhaven was usually filled with joyous celebration. This year, it was somber. Most villagers had little to show. Kael, his face grim, had nothing but withered stalks to display. But then, Elara presented her harvest. Though humble in quantity, her fruits and vegetables were bursting with flavor and vitality, a testament to enduring life in the face of adversity. The village elder, a wise woman with eyes that had seen many seasons, stood before the gathered villagers. She spoke not just of Elara's harvest, but of her heart. Elara, she declared, has shown us the true meaning of abundance. It is not merely in the quantity of what we reap, but in the quality of our efforts, the patience of our spirit, and the kindness we extend to our community. Her crops are a symbol of resilience, nurtured by love, not by haste or selfishness. Kael, standing in the shadow of his barren plot, felt a profound shame. He watched Elara being celebrated, not just for her yield, but for her character. In that moment, he understood. True success wasn't a shortcut to fame or fortune, but a journey built on steady effort, integrity, and a willingness to share. He resolved to change his ways, to learn from Elara, and to cultivate not just his land, but his heart, with the same patience and kindness. The valley, once divided by two hearts, began to heal, nurtured by the wisdom learned from a challenging season.